In this tutorial, I will show you how to create a looping object in Animate. We're going to start by clicking File, New, Character Animation, and Create. We're going to draw an object. I'm going to use the line tool. I'll use the selection tool to drag a curve, and the line tool, one line here, one line here, then the selection tool to curve, another line here, another line here, selection tool to curve, and one more line between the two, and selection tool to curve. Then I'll use the bucket fill to create a fill there, and I'll go ahead and use the selection tool again to create a bit more curvature. And so what I've done here is I've created Batman's Batarang. Now with the selection tool, I'm going to click and drag a box, and that just shows you can highlight the whole object. Then I'm going to right click and convert to symbol. I'll type in Batarang. I'll leave the type as movie clip because that will give me a pretty standard timeline, and click OK. So what I've just created is an object that I can double click, which is a symbol, and it gives me, think of it as an animation inside of an animation. So when we look up here, it says scene 1 and Batarang. So we're in scene 1 and in Batarang, and we're in the Batarang timeline. So what I can do here is I can choose to animate the Batarang inside of its own timeline. So if I would like this to rotate on a loop, I can right click and say create motion tween. Select OK to convert to a symbol. And now I can choose rotate count 1. And if I press enter to play, this is what I get. Now if I would like to see this looping, I can click back on scene 1. I can go to Control, Test, and you can see that we've created a scene 1 with our looping object for our Batarang. What if I would like the Batarang to be moving across the page? What I'll do is I'll choose the drop down arrow fit in window. That will let me see the whole screen. I'll double click on the Batarang. And now I can choose the Batarang to start at a point. So I'm going to go into the timeline and click on frame 1. Position the Batarang in its starting position. In this case, I'll have it off screen or off the white stage area. Then I'll click on the end frame, and I'll drag the Batarang to the other side. And now we've got a motion path showing. So if I press play down the bottom here, that's what it looks like. If it's moving too fast, you can slow it down by dragging the last frame. So moving the mouse to the last frame, clicking and dragging for however many seconds you like. In this case, 6 seconds. Now play. And you'll see that the Batarang now moves across the screen 6 seconds as it rotates 1 time. If you want the rotation to increase, you can just increase that number there and make it 2 times. And now you'll see that as we play it, it's rotating a lot more as it's moving across the screen. If you want it to move faster, you can shorten it by clicking and dragging back in to the left. And this time 3 seconds and play. That's moving faster. And to see that in the main timeline on the loop, click scene 1 and click play. Now you'll notice that it's only showing the first frame, because when we click play, it's only showing the timeline first frame. So to view the entire animation in a loop, you should go to Control and Test. And this is showing me the animation in a loop. Thank you for watching.